Mudryk, what's the situation there? Because to me, we've speculated before. And get your thoughts in the chat. But we've had our conversation about this before, and we've speculated. And to my knowledge, there's very, very little in the way of news coming out these days. And I know that the saying goes, no news is good news. But in this situation, no news is quite literally the worst possible news, at least for Mykhailo Mudryk. From a Chelsea standpoint, I think that the owners, I think that everyone involved in this situation will probably be thinking, we maybe not compensation, but there's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, there is a lawsuit to be involved here. There's absolutely got to be something, some way Chelsea are going to be involved in this. If I'm not mistaken, the sample that was taken, or both samples, because we're still, have we had the B sample yet? Are we still awaiting the B sample? I think he is already serving a ban. And again, I don't think anything's necessarily being reported on this in too much depth. But I think he is already serving a ban. That just goes without saying. Because where else is he? Other than obviously he's waiting for the B sample. He's absolutely serving a ban at the moment. And many people are asking, many people have said as well, would he have made a difference in the course of this season? Have we missed Mykhailo Mudryk? You know, obviously played well early in the season in the games. I think it was against Noah. He played well against Servette, I think, as well. So he's had some input on the Conference League. And of course, we're playing in the Conference League on Thursday against Liga Warsaw. We've got our second leg against them, 3-0. We've just gotten through the starting 11. But I think, Luke, I think you're pretty much right. You're spot on with what you said with your starting 11, more or less, being that Jorgensen, more or less, a guarantee. Achimpong, you'd love to see him start down the right-hand side with Tyreek George, Tosin Adarabioyo. You mentioned Colwill, and we already said that I'm not necessarily sure that Colwill's going to be someone that was going to be risked for a game ahead of another London derby. It's debatable. It's debatable. Chalobah could be the one played. But then Maresca does like a Chalobah at the moment. He does like a Chalobah. Gusto on the left, absolutely could see that happening when there's no way in hell we're going to play. Badiashile could absolutely, you say that, yeah. Badiashile, Tosin, yeah. In fact, I'm going to go with that. Jorgensen in goal, Achimpong, Tosin, Badiashile, was it? Jorgensen, Achimpong, Tosin, Badiashile, Gusto. KDH. There really isn't anyone else. So I do think Amugu. I think you could be right with Amugu. Madueke on the right. George. Or Madueke on the left. I like George on the right, personally. I don't think we'll see Raksaki playing in the starting 11. But Jackson up top. But my point being, going back to Mudryk, is that this would absolutely be a game for him to feature in. I still don't know necessarily if Mudryk would be a starting player for Chelsea at this point. Would we have seen some sort of turnaround? Would we have eventually seen a level of improvement from Mudryk that would allow him to flourish and get into? Would he have even worked well under Maresca in this system, and it doesn't seem like anyone's working well under Maresca in this system in the last 16, 20 games or so. The fact of the matter is, I don't see a world in which Mykhailo Mudryk comes back to Chelsea Football Club. I don't see. I think it's over for him. I don't know where he ends up. Probably abroad. I think that the damage has been done. I don't see a way in which this comes back now for Mudryk. And whilst I think he's already serving the ban, he probably is going to have another ban coming, because if it's as bad as it's made out to be so far, where the news is pretty hush, the situation is pretty much under wraps, and no one seems to have any sort of insider information on the situation. It was all based on this B sample that no one seems to know a thing about, and I don't know. There was a picture that came out of him somewhere. He took a picture with someone's kid recently, like 3 hours ago. I think that picture came out. The Liverpool debut cameo sold us a dream, and it seems so long ago now. We all wanted it to work. It's another one of those Timo Werner situations. It's, there's a host of players that you wished it worked out for them. It's not going to. For me, the story, the saga, it continues, but it's over. I don't see a world in which Mykhailo Mudryk ever plays for Chelsea again, unless there is some absolute monumental breaking news that he has been cleared. You then think he's got to be ushered into the squad. He's got to be reintroduced. He's not been training with the side. He hasn't been in contact probably with anyone. He's been more or less exiled from the whole squad. And I just think the best thing is to take the loss, move on, try and seek some sort of compensation. If you get lucky, you get lucky. If not, it is what it is. In terms of predictions for the game on Thursday, I think it's hard to say, because, listen, for the Ipswich game, I was absolutely dead set on... I'm as critical as anyone. I'm as critical as anyone. And I was, pretty adamant that Chelsea were going to batter Ipswich. I am someone who classes themselves as a realist, not negative, not pessimistic, but realistic, And if I was negative, I would have come into that Ipswich game saying that Chelsea are going to drop points. It's inevitable. We're going to fucking lose. But no, I came into it thinking, fuck me, this is a good chance for us to build up our goal difference. Yeah, they beat us back in December, but it should be an absolute breeze, an absolute walk in the park. This game, I think, is different. I think it's another maybe 3-4, maybe even 5-0 against Warsaw. Do I see them making a comeback? Absolutely not. If they do, fuck us, right? I mean, what more do you want us to do? It's a situation that's just get it over the line. Just one goal. Just win 2-0, please. That's all I'm asking you. Please, I'm just begging you. Just get the job done, move on, Fulham on the weekend, set our sights to that. Don't waste any senior players and get them injured. That's all I'm asking.